Thank you, Chairman. Mr. Royal, on 3 separate occasions, we have seen President Biden commit the United States to the defense of Taiwan in a potential conflict with China, only to see his comments walked back by those in his administration. So I would ask, who is driving policy in this administration on China and Taiwan? Is it the President of the United States or unelected bureaucrats and appointees within the State Department, Pentagon, and White House?
Congressman, the Department stands by the Taiwan Relations Act, the 3 joint communiques, and the 6 assurances as the foundation of our relationship with Taiwan. We continue to believe that our relationship there is aided well by the relationship we have. We've maintained it on a variety of levels with key leader engagements and tight, cohesive understanding of one another's defense requirements. And we spend a lot of time talking about the PRC pacing challenge as we're observing it operate in the region.
Okay, well, we'd like to talk about strategic ambiguity. Do you think President Xi has been ambiguous at all in his intentions on Taiwan?
Congressman, we agree with you that President Xi has been very assertive in his approach to conducting a coercion campaign against Taiwan. We believe that he does intend to build a capable force that could stand to threaten Taiwan over time.
And would you agree that our Commander-in-Chief has been pretty clear in his position on the United States' commitments to the defense of Taiwan?
Congressman, I believe that the President has been clear with his intentions. I certainly wouldn't want to speak for him. I will say again that the Taiwan Relations Act continues to guide our engagement with Taiwan, including supporting their self-defense and making sure that we are in a position as the United States military to counter any coercive activity in the region.
Okay. Well, what I struggle with on this committee when I go back home and talk to constituents, and I've heard other members say the same thing, is how do we message things like China, Taiwan? How do we message Russia and Ukraine? And it seems when we don't really know what the end game is, it's hard to do that. We've asked specifically, what's the end game in Ukraine, and there's not a clear answer. Is there a clear answer for what the end game would be if China invades Taiwan?
Congressman, I won't engage in hypotheticals on future invasions. I will say that invasion is neither imminent nor inevitable. And the work that we are doing in the department every single day is to focus on deterrence, and we do that by increasing our lethality, our posture, and our readiness. We'll continue to operate by the Taiwan Relations Act, and we'll continue to work on counter-coercion readiness within the U.S. military to do that and to ensure that we are supporting Taiwan in their ability to defend themselves.
Okay. We seem to be struggling within the military on recruiting and other issues and morale. And I think maybe a lot of it is due to strategic ambiguity, and nobody really knows what's going on within our military. We seem unclear about what our strategy in Ukraine is. We're getting mixed message from our Commander-in-Chief and our State Department Pentagon on China, Taiwan. In the past, I remember presidents going on TV and addressing the nation. We can only reach so many people from within this committee or Congress, and you guys have the same challenges. I mean, would it be important for the president to go on TV and maybe address the nation on what's happening in Ukraine, what our strategy is there, and what our strategy would be, and let President Xi know clearly where the United States stands, and maybe some of our allies would come along?
Congressman, I'll defer to the White House on the President's on-air time. Again, I think that the President is asking us to do the daily job of deterrence, and that he has submitted a budget that represents a real qualitative investment in our ability to maintain deterrence in the region.
Okay. Well, the saber rattling about blockades in the Taiwan Strait and certainly China's aggression in the South China Sea, we know that half the world trade goes through that area. It seems like, as Representative Scott mentioned a minute ago, what corporations are doing financially with China may be the best way to get their attention, and certainly they can have a blockade of things coming in. Is it possible we could have a blockade of things going out? And it would impact all of us financially, but if the best way to win this pending war is to not fight it. So I guess I would just like to see more unification of our allies, more talk from Japan, Australia, and people who are committed, and maybe a better strategy economically to help deter China. But deterrence did not work with Russia, and I hope we can do better moving forward with China, Taiwan. And I thank you for you all being here today.